This morning, we talked about Concord being shut down officially. You probably heard about that by now, but if not, consider checking out that prior segment. For this one, though, we're going right back to Star Wars Outlaws. Christopher Dring, the head over at gamesindustry.biz, had some things to say about that game. In this post, he writes, "We don't have digital data yet, and this is just the UK, but it was a weak launch for Star Wars Outlaws at UK retail. Launch sales are 55% lower than what Star Wars Jedi Survivor did. It was 15% bigger than Ubisoft Massive's last game, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. So we obviously need to see what the digital sales are going to look like, but for the UK, retail sales being 55% lower than Star Wars Jedi Survivor is still not a good look, because that is comparing retail to retail." And for more info, Star Wars Jedi Survivor released back in April 28th of 2023 from the developers Respawn Entertainment, with EA being the publisher. Hopping over to Metacritic, we can see that the user score for Star Wars Outlaws is all the way down at 4.9, generally unfavorable, based on 959 user ratings. I don't know if you've seen various YouTube videos about Star Wars Outlaws either, but there are a lot of great reviews about that game over on YouTube. And the general consensus from what I've seen is that at best people say it's like an okay game, but that goes all the way down to people saying it's like terrible and not worth anyone's money. Speaking about that, there's a lot of cope going on the Star Wars Outlaws subreddit. Let's take a look at this post because it does bring up the YouTube stuff, and it's just funny to read. "This sub is reassuring. I gotta say, it's great to come on this sub and not see a lot of posts talking about negative commentary, and instead just genuinely enjoying the game. I was worried I was just deluding myself and ignoring the negative YouTube comments and going with my gut, but it seems like there's a genuine community here that's not just coping." Nah, there's a lot of cope there. I'll show another example of that in just a moment. This post ends by saying, "I just started last night and I'm excited to dive in again after work." A top comment responding to it saying, "Playing the game for even an hour made me see that all of the YouTube and Facebook comments by people trashing the game were from people who have never even played it. Glad you enjoy it." So that's such an absurd thing to say when, as mentioned mere seconds ago probably, there's lots of reviews on YouTube that have a negative opinion about this game because these people literally played it and you can see their gameplay in their videos. But hey, according to Reddit, none of these people actually played the game. I had also mentioned another post on that subreddit that I thought was really funny cope. That being this post that says, "This game looks bad? Yeah, sure," and post this screenshot. You know what? I'm even going to be nice to Star Wars Outlaws here and say, surely they could have found a better screenshot than this even. I mean, I've seen plenty of examples of Star Wars Outlaws looking pretty dang bad, but there has to be something better that they could have found than this. I mean, if they're going to make a cope post on that subreddit trying to brag about the graphics, you'd think they'd pick something at least better than this example, but this is the state of our Star Wars Outlaws. They're really owning the critics with this PS2 looking image. Anyways, yeah, I just thought that was funny. That's also some info earlier on in the video regarding retail sales in the UK and the Metacritic score, and cope over on the subreddit. Let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments. Hope you enjoyed my brief coverage, and if you did, consider liking and or subscribing for more, and I'll see you in the next one.